Hey YouTube, second run here on the Losi Hammer Rey. Snow run. Using smart packs. Whew. I'm gonna go on the other side and watch that. Smart pack 5000. I believe this one's a 50C. Woohoo! Well, not quite to get up there. I did a really fun run. Oh, this was well over a year ago now. Down at Lake Michigan, sand dune locally down by Milwaukee. That was a lot of fun. Oddly enough, it was in February and the winter was going a lot differently than this one. It was in the 50s. Wasn't any snow and we were running around the sand. It was a really nice day. 100% power right now. You really need that for the snow. But again, the one drawback about this truck that it likes to tip over like that, but that's what you get with the high wheel stance and also with the clearance, I should say. And then these wheels, of course, they're not fat like let's say the Granite, but this thing really handles this well. You just have to be careful on your sharp turns. I'm gonna try to come back to this site with this truck. There isn't snow because I think I might get some decent air off this. Probably do that with maybe a few vehicles that I have, so watch for those. Woo-hoo-hoo. Oh, right side up. Stuck in the snow. We're gonna try that one more time. Go, let's try it again, see if we get a better vantage point of it this time. That wasn't as impressive as the first one. Try that one more time. Just didn't have the speed there. I think my battery's already starting to get low. By getting that cold, it is not easy on them. See if we can get up here. Do a little push. No problem. And some of that sun from earlier. Let's try it again. Whew. If you see this truck, like on Facebook Marketplace or something like that, I really do think it's worth picking up. That was a heck of a, that was pretty good. It's worth pretty good clearance. That's where she landed. It's a heavy truck, so it's not like some of those other high-powered vehicles are a little bit lighter. It's not a Creighton or anything like that. Pretty good air. Yeah, I didn't hit that right. As I was saying, if you see this on Facebook Marketplace or someplace, I really do think it's worth picking up, but you don't see it much. You're probably not going to get a deal on it, but I think it's worth it. This was not a cheap truck back in the day. Now I would imagine it would probably be closer to about a $600 truck. It was like a 450, approaching 500. Then when it went discontinued, Horizon had an awesome price of, that was cool, $299. I almost thought about getting a second one, the red livery, just to have it, but yeah, you're already spent. Cool. I think I got mine on sale for like $430 or something like that. Hard to justify even at $300 to get another one. Whew. Hard to justify even at $300. I can't, as you can see right there, it can't go into real deep snow, but because of its weight, of course you got narrow tires, so they are not going to float on top, if you will. Now, I don't know if they make paddle tires for this like they do for some, where you can run it in sand and it does better. I would assume the same things are going to happen in snow. Don't have anything for like any of those type of tires for any of my vehicles. In part because, you know, you've seen the channel, plane guy. I'm a boat guy. I'm only a car guy when it's 25 degrees out. All right. Like and subscribe, hit the bell. Appreciate the support. And trying to get to that 1,000. We have flashing lights here. We'll see if we get any sort of recovery walking over to get this. Do appreciate the support. Again, like and subscribe, hit the bell. If you do nothing else, help David in a Goliath YouTube world. Hit that subscribe button. Yeah, starting to get low. All right, YouTube. We'll see how the weather plays out here in regards to how many flights I get in here in the near future. I do want to minimally get a float plane flight on the Turbo Timber Evo V1. Oh, that was pretty cool. The nice thing about doing this when you got snow, soft landings. It is just, we've actually had snow now for a while. It's just been so cold that, number one, part-timer doesn't come out in this weather for a good reason. And number two, the aforementioned battery thing. And now we're starting to run out of juice. And you know, you can only wear real thin gloves or no gloves for a very short period of time in that kind of weather and not have issues. I mean, it's not worth losing a plane, damaging a battery. Then to damage a battery, I shouldn't say I'd rather do it on these because I use these for my boats, but it is a hard case. Imagine there's some insulation properties there, or not, but nice to go out, and we just hit low throttle cutoff. All right, YouTube, thanks a lot for watching. Like and subscribe. The Losi Hammer Rey from Horizon. Cool truck. If you find it on Facebook, grab it. It's worth having. Mark with Ultimate RC. Hey YouTube, Mark with Ultimate RC. Got the Losi Hammer Rey out for the first time in a while. I'm going to be doing another snow run, but this is not in the driveway, not in the backyard. This is going to be where I ran the FMS FMT10 Chevy Colorado. Wanted to see how this would do here. It's actually almost close to freezing, which it has not been for eons. Whew. Way too windy to fly. Like I said, it's not it's not close to freezing yet. I know it's like 28 or something like that. And just wanted to run this over here. Let's see, that's the one thing about this truck, is the higher stance, it has a tendency to tip. And the snow has a crust to it, which helps for getting into deeper snow, but it this vehicle can tip over if you turn it too sharp. Still really like this vehicle. Really a bummer that Horizon discontinued this. I think this one's nice for this type of running in the sand, snow. Keep her running. Oh, I should have kept on going. Keep her running on the street. She does get a little dancy. Turn tip, no. All right, we'll go get it. Make sure I don't go with it. Ooh, that's deep stuff here. I may not be ill prepared or in my shoes. Now, we're not going to get traction here. All right. Yeah, that's what I was talking about right there. Of course, going downhill too. We're going to continue on a little farther on this ridge. So can we get out of there? Oh, that's high. Yeah, there's a lot of snow there too. So just wanted to try to put this on this, put a video on it. Difficult this time of year for me to get a lot of flying videos on for obvious reasons. Despite the fact I've had some people comment. It's cool recovery, except I'm still stuck. On my P50, not the P51, the P40 video, that had some say that, oh, cold doesn't affect lipos. You just gotta have your batteries warm. Okay, so if cold doesn't affect the lipos, why do you have to keep your batteries warm to get them to run right? Because cold affects the lipos, people. So they're arguing that, well, they create heat, so they'll keep themselves warm if it's a decent sized battery. Well, if you have a really crappy battery, I suppose you're getting a lot of heat off of it. But good batteries these days don't produce a ton of heat. So unless you constantly have the throttle applied, no matter if you're running a car or, more importantly, flying a plane, you could be taxing your batteries. On a car like this, of course, you run out of battery or what have you, it just stops running. But a plane, a little bit more of a problem than that. So I choose, well, 32, sometimes a little bit colder is usually my limit on batteries, at least for flying. So I like to be nice to the pack, and more importantly, I don't want to have to do an emergency landing. So each to their own on that. If you want to run, and this guy was from Canada, so I gotta understand you want to run the battery because it's probably cold a lot more than it even is here in Wisconsin. But to say that cold doesn't affect lipos is just kind of ridiculous in my opinion. And that's my ever so slightly educated opinion on that. I have done some research on batteries. I'm by no means a battery expert, never claimed to be. But you can do enough research online to determine that it's not the best thing. And of course the battery manufacturers have recommendations in regards to what you should ideally run in, temperatures you should run them in, and tell you that 28 degrees is not on the list. So anyways, enough about that. Good thing I did bring an extra battery because I'm quickly running out. That's the one thing about cold. A little push. And the snow, you go through your battery power pretty quick. We're gonna head back to the truck. It was sunny about an hour ago. I decided to do this, and now the next snowstorm that's coming is approaching, so like and subscribe, hit the bell. If you have this truck and you live in a state like this, whew, it is fun to run it. Can't tell you to go and get this, so it's discontinued, but I got flashing batteries on my indicators here. We're gonna go change batteries. Speaking of being kind to your battery, well, we'll get one more run in here. Like and subscribe, YouTube. Again, trying to get to 1,000. Hit that subscribe button. Help David in a Goliath YouTube world. Do really appreciate that. Thanks for watching. Run number 2 coming up. Stop recording.